Hey everybody, it's Eric the Horror Man, and welcome to another Top 10 Tuesday. Today I'll be doing my top 10 favorite franchise movies. Now, these are the movies that just continued on and on in the, in the, in the horror genre. So, without further ado, let's get started. First at number 10 is Critters. I love this movie, Critters. This movie's just so much fun. Everyone thinks it's like a Gremlins ripoff. Well, it's not. Not that even though they did four of these movies, the fourth one is not really the greatest because it takes place in outer space. And the second one is not bad, especially when you got that giant critter ball. And then the third one's not bad either, but I definitely stick with the first because the first is always going to be one of my favorites of all time. So Critters, I definitely recommend checking out for those who haven't seen it. But if you have seen and heard of it, you know what I'm talking about. So Critters, very fun movie. Next at number 9 is Child's Play, which is part of the Chucky franchise. I decided to grab a Cult of Chucky off the shelf instead of me grabbing my Chucky collection I have on Blu-ray. So the very first Child's Play, the original Child's Play, is the one that started it all. Well, in the Chucky franchise. And now, as you can tell, this is part 7. So it's gone up to number 7 in the horror franchise. So I don't know if there's going to be a part 8. I'm hoping that there's going to be a part 8. So we'll see what happens. So Child's Play, aka Chucky, very fun and popular horror franchise in the series, especially with Killer Doll. Next at number 8 is Tremors. This movie is so fun and so enjoyable to watch where you got giant underground man-eating worms just coming up and just grabbing you because they hunt by sound even though they have no eyes. Here's it, and the rest of the series is not bad. Part 2 is good. The series itself I thought was actually not bad either. But the first one is definitely the best one of them all. So, Tremors, definitely recommend checking out. And it's just a very fun franchise and a very fun movie to watch. Next is Scream. This is like the popular slasher movie in the mid 90s done by Wes Craven. And I definitely recommend checking this out because I heard rumors that there might be a fifth one. We don't know how true that is, but we'll see what happens on that. But Scream is the one that started out and it continued all the way up to number 4. I saw the fourth one in theaters and I thought it was good. But the first Scream, this is the one that started it all in the Scream franchise. So Scream, very fun slasher horror movie from the mid 90s. Next is Phantasm. This is a very popular movie in the horror franchise. This is the one that started all and did just recently released part 5, Ravager, about a couple years ago, that everyone was waiting to see and watch. And the fifth one was not bad. It was definitely worth seeing. And the first one is good, even though the music is good, and the second one's even good because theme music at the end is not only good, but it's also more very fun because you got Reggie Bannister creating the most awesome weapon of all time that he uses throughout the entire franchise, which is the full barrel shotgun. So that's definitely an awesome weapon to have. And Phantasm is just so much fun to watch. It's a classic horror movie, and I definitely recommend checking it out. Next is Hellraiser. I know some people have their opinions on the franchise, even though the first two I like. The third one's okay. and I guess after the third one, it just went all downhill from there from my perspective, because the rest of the franchise is okay, just not really the greatest. But the first one is definitely the best that I really like the most. And I know some people have their differences on the Hellraiser movies, that some people may like them, some people may not. But the first one is just definitely the best one in the franchise. It's the one that started it all. Like I said, the rest of them, it just kind of went downhill from there. So first Hellraiser, I definitely recommend checking it out. Next is The Evil Dead. I love the Evil Dead movies. The Evil Dead movies are my favorite horror trilogies of all time. And Part 2 is definitely my favorite. And I find that one to be the best one in the series. The TV show is also a lot of fun as well. And also, I played the games as well, and they're so much fun as well. So, The Evil Dead is the one that started all, and it just became very popular, especially with Bruce Campbell's character known as Ash. So, The Evil Dead, I definitely highly recommend checking out that, the rest of the franchise, and the series. I also recommend playing the games as well. Next is Halloween. You know, they say that Halloween is like the father of horror, of the slasher genre, and Psycho is the grandfather of horror. So this is the movie that started the slasher genre all the way throughout the entire 80s of that year. So Halloween is definitely very recognizable, very popular movie, and the rest of the franchise is actually, yeah, not bad. The original Halloween I like, the new Halloween I like as well. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Halloween Kills. And I know number 3 gets a lot of hate, but the movie here, Season of the Witch, is actually not that bad to watch of a film, even though it's just a different storyline. So, the Halloween franchise, very fun to watch. Next is A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. This is the one that started all with Freddy Krueger. The franchise is also good as well. I know that number 2 gets a lot of hate because they consider that to be like the gayest horror movie of all time ever made. But the fan favorite seems to be Part 3, Dream Warriors. But my favorite ones is Part 1 and Part 7, which is a New Nightmare. So I definitely recommend checking out the first Nightmare on Elm Street, the one that started all, then just continue watching the franchise from there. So, Nightmare on Elm Street, very fun, classic 80s slasher horror movie to watch. And last is Friday the 13th, the original. I decided to take this one out of my Friday the 13th collection box just so I could show this off. But this is the one that definitely started it all in the Jason franchise. And this is like the most popular horror franchise of all time that everyone loves, because everyone loves Jason. Everyone's a big fan of him. Even though some people may have their differences on which Friday 13th movie they like the best. Part 6, Jason Lives, is my number favorite of all time, and Part 7, The New Blood, is my second favorite. So, Friday 13th, the original, is definitely a very classic slasher horror movie, and it's a very recognizable title, and definitely very fun to watch. Alright, guys, so that's my top 10 Tuesday for my top 10 favorite franchises. Would you think of this franchise? Did you like what you saw on the list, or did you think I should have added another type of franchise that should have been on that list? That's your favorites. Please let me know in the comments down below, and like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll be uploading my end of month haul video as soon as I get this one uploaded. Later.